So before I get into this message, I just want to say to all of those who dislike the videos that I do when I'm preaching a certain message, y'all are the reasons, and I'm generalizing as much as possible. Y'all are the reasons why dudes like this that I'm going to talk about in this video are able to exist, and the reason why they're actually still breathing, and why it is that they're able to continuously do the things that they've been doing, traumatizing women, harming women, going after women, doing unspeakable things to women. Like I said, a lot of y'all, and I'm talking about both to the men and women. A lot of y'all got daughters. A lot of y'all got nieces. A lot of y'all got grandkids. A lot of y'all got next door neighbors that got kids and all this other type of stuff. It's interesting to me that I get demonized for trying to push a message of protection because I know that there are more women out here on this planet than there are men. So even if every woman was paired with a man, you would still have women out here defenseless. But like I said before, y'all would rather allow, and I'm talking about both men and women, y'all would rather allow deviants and criminals to continuously do these things versus trying to tell a lot of these women out here like, yo, it's time to wise up, it's time to smarten up, and yo, you got to start, thinking defensively. You got to start, going out here fighting back. If any of these dudes roll up on you, yo, just go to trial. Treat it as is. Like I said, because if at any point in time I have a daughter, yes, I'm gonna, of course, be in her life, but I can't be everywhere. She might take a trip like later on in life when she get older. She might take a trip with her girlfriends. What are people gonna say? Oh, where were you at? Where were you at? Why weren't you protecting your? How am I supposed to protect her when I'm at home with my wife, right? She's living her life. Like I said, fathers can't be everywhere. I don't like I said, I don't get I don't understand where, people try to, get a lot of this logic, this fairy tale logic from, but it's pretty crazy. It's pretty nonsensical. But like I said, my main thing is that y'all some sorry individuals. And it's crazy to think that you got people out here that would rather enable a lot of these criminals to do the things that they do versus push a positive message and have not only just women, but maybe your daughter, your niece, your grandchild able to properly defend themselves just in case somebody decides that they want to do some nefarious things to them. All right. You know, um, there even if I want to try to find the words, there's there's nothing I can say. Um, So the story is basically about a Van Buren man accused of torturing and assaulting his ex-girlfriend with a hot straightener. And this went on for about a good 3 hours. When he showed up to her apartment drunk. And it was stated in the story that she was hit directly in the head multiple times. Um and she is still, trying to recover from her injuries. She's never going to be the same. She is never in this lifetime or even in the next. She's never going to be the same. This is going to be something that is going to stay with her for a very long time. Um, One of the main things that I've stated to women before is that I've heard women basically state, "Oh, why don't you basically go out here and teach men X, Y, Z?" Right? The thing that I've understood is that people are going to do whatever it is that people want to do. No matter how I speak, no matter, how I decide to say things. If I decide to tell the black community something and I feel like, hey, this is something that you should follow, this is something that you should look up on, this is something that you should do, black people are going to give me a variety of answers. Well, okay, I'll take that into, consideration, or I'll get right on that. Or other people be like, man, I ain't doing that. I ain't listening to you. So to all of those women out there that always state that the onus is always on the woman and you always trying to, tell women what to do, why don't you tell men what to do? Look here. I've tried. I've tried. Right? And in some aspects, I've been successful in basically directing guys into, certain directions, which is, great and awesome. But like I said, everybody's not going to listen to me because everybody has, their own mind, right? The same thing with women. I can consistently get on here, regardless of whatever nonsensical, erratic, ignorant comments that some of y'all like to leave. I can still get on here, bypass all of that, and still push out stories like this, still trying to warn women of dating guys like this. This dude got full on neck tattoos. This dude doesn't look like nothing. I don't see no type of future. I don't see no type of prospect. There's nothing here. Nothing. How it is that he was even able to obtain a woman at all is madness to me. 100% madness. But the main thing that I try to tell women is like, yo, be careful of the dudes that y'all decide to date. Some of these dudes are walking red flags, and you can clearly see it. This is if there was ever a walking red flag, something in a dictionary that looked like a red flag, his face is it. That's it. But somehow, some way, he's still able to obtain women, right? And this is a guy who has a history being in and out of jail. When he got caught, he already had several weapon wounds because he was on the run from whatever, he was sitting up there doing. Like I said before, there are certain dudes out here where you specifically can know and tell that they are walking red flags. This is one. And even on his neck, underneath, it said running because that's exactly what he is, trouble. Because as soon as you run into him, all you're going to receive and get is trouble. Once you let him into your life, all you're going to get is trouble. And the main thing I try to tell women is y'all need to start going out here getting self-defense training. Y'all need to start going out here, excuse me, getting your license to carry. And I always get a variety of answers on why it is that certain things can't happen and this can't happen and this can't happen and this can't happen. I'm like, all right, then so be it. Whatever. You saying that you can't sit up there and get a weapon. There's a multitude of other items that you can use at your disposal that you can clearly buy off of Amazon or off of other websites that you can carry with you on your person, in your car, in a purse, in your house, whatever it is. Or like I told women before, buy the strongest type of bear mace that is on this planet. It at least have something. Because ain't no dude walking through no bear mace. I'm talking about the mace where it's like it's on your eyes, where it's almost like a thick foam type. Like they ain't walking through that. They gonna be sitting up there trying to smear that and he's stumbling. That's the time where either you could decide to run or you could sit up there and disable the dude. Either which one you want to sit up there and do because it's it will be up to you at that point. Like I said, my main thing has always been for black women to be safe. But you got a lot of those out there that don't want me to push that type of message. You got a lot of women out there when I say these types of things, they want to start, trying to point the blame. Well, oh, this is, all men's fault. And if y'all would do this, if y'all would do that, if y'all would do this, if y'all, like I said before, one man out here, like the honorable minister, no matter how much he's been preaching for decades. He's not going to reach every single brother out here. Every brother ain't going to want to hear his message. Every brother ain't going to want to listen to him. So like I said before, like the pointing of like the fingers versus like actually taking your life in your own hands and trying to place more value directly on that, like yo, that is on you. Because you have men out here that have been doing the work, but like I said, you can't reach everybody. It's just not possible. It's just not going to happen. Some people just not going to align with your message. Some people just not going to like you for you. People ain't going to like how you saying it or how you directing it, whatever it is. People always make an excuse on why it is that they don't want to hear a message, that they don't want to listen, that they don't want to follow certain things. And all I'm hearing from a lot of these black women who show up here is excuses on why it is that they can't go out there and get self-defense training, why they can't get the necessary items that's less, way less than 50 or $100. Less than any amount that you spend when you want to, just so happen to get your hair done, some clothing, or whatever. It costs way less than any of that. And what that basically means is that you'll be able to protect yourself, right? Like I said, I got a mother, I got aunts and everything of that sort. At the end of the day, I know I can't be everywhere at once. So because of that, and because there's only one of me, I at least want to be assured in knowing that they are capable and able, if need be, to basically defend themselves, because you can't depend on anybody else to come out here and do it. There's no such thing as Superman. There are no Power Rangers out here. There's no Justice League. There's no World's Finest. There's no G-Force out here. There's no Avengers. There's no X-Men. None of that exists. Those are fairy tales. Those are stories. In order to properly be able to survive out here, you have to be able to protect yourself. But like I said before, you got a lot of individuals out here that don't want me to preach that message. So instead of you being, in a sense, mad at me, you might as well be mad, at yourself, or you might as well be mad at that clique that you decide to roll around with, that don't want me saying that black women need to protect themselves, because there's a lot of individuals out here that do mean them harm.